Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, this is Farmer Livy, and this is Bertie hiding in the straw. Can you see him? He's in camouflage mode. And in today's video we are going to be taking the calves of soft milk out of this shed. This is going to be probably the last calf video until sometime in the middle of the summer when we go dosing them. So, and also this video is going to be a synopsis of how we've gone on with the Liffey Mills milk. I'll be giving our honest opinion and on the meal and that. But anyways, we got to go get the calves out here. We have 50, 60, 70-ish calves to take off. So we're going to be taking all the calves we want out. We're going to be running them into the passageway here. We'll put up a few gates. We'll be taking 50 to the Farfield bottoms. And then the remaining 20-ish, whatever's there, we're going to dehorn them and put them to the bottom square. They'll be going to the bottom square, and then as we progress we'll put more calves to it. We'll get that batch of 50 together. The calves that will be on the Farfield bottoms, they will be coming back in when we get some paddocks set up and some out farms, and then they'll be going away, but we'll put them down there to get them off. Big thing is just to take the pressure off the shed. There's a couple of smaller calves, some of the jerseys and our twin blues need a little bit more space to get them going. So the gate shut, so we just have to go get them sorted now. So what do you say, Liv? We get them sorted, yeah? Also, on a side note, not really farming related, me and Liv are now engaged. So I proposed to her in the castle last Sunday, and my excuse was I told her there was a calf stuck in the castle and I got her to come out, and I done me thing. But anyways, we better get started. And now, right, Bertie? We better get to it.
Yes, Betty.
No, Bertie, don't cry. No, open up that chain.
UIT.
What?
UIT.
UIT.
Clean tight.
Oh, clean tight.
I can't. It's not just a clip, but it's all
Changed. Right, so we are ready to go now. Liv is getting her watch open, so we'll create a group as we take calves out. Liv will create a group, and that way we'll know what calves are there. So we get 50 calves out of here, so we have all the 3000s, all the 500s, the 400s, the 300s, some of the 700s, and some of the 2000s are all finished. So you can see yourself, just look at the squareness and look at the size of some of them. They're massive calves. Yeah, calf batch 3. So there's some massive calves, and then you can see there's some little lads. There's Dog. This lad we call Dog because he follows you around the shed, don't you, boss? Don't you? But we just want to get them big calves off. But anyways, come on, 383, come on. Up you get. Look at that calf. 599, come on. Can't get them all in the one go. Here's another one, 376, come on. The size of these lads. And the backs on them. 376, if I can guide them that way. Well, Bertie and him are very similar. It's a terror how some of the jerseys have done. We have jerseys like this guy here, 531. It's just starting to get a very bully head on them. Very bully looking head on them. but these have done exceptionally well, so they have. We're very happy with how them have done. And then you get a jersey like this, just narrow, small, still alive, that's the main thing. But then you get a jersey like that, which is what you'd prefer they were all like, but it's about, what would you say, it's about a third like that. But another big calf. Look at the backs on them, just full, packed full, and they're off milk, nibble of grass from being outside, and meal. Just as always, you cannot keep enough meal into them. Cannot keep enough meal. 28.52. Come on, you. So just down here and the paddock, I'll let them in. Just want to drive around and make sure the fence is up. Was going to bring down the Jeep, but had a fair sup of rain now, and this wouldn't be the driest field, and I was afraid I might get stuck, so I said we'll just go on the tractor. So we just check to see this, especially this fence here, because we do not want the calves out in the winter barley. That would be a bit of a palaver, would it, Liv?
Yeah.
So
A pavlova.
A pavlova. So I think there looks to be a fair bit of grass on it. One of the things you will see, the grass, it's all kind of reddish, and that's from the frost has burned the grass. I don't know whether we'll split it in half. What do you think, Liv? Will we split it?
A bit longer out.
Yeah, I think we will. We'll split it, and that we'll just get more out of it. That's the highs and lows of splitting the ground. You get more out of it. Keep fresh grass ahead of them. So the gate up here is open into the next paddock, so we better get that shut up. Trailer on, and let's put it on. She's getting tired of waiting for me. So we get the calves in and now, and 3 loads should bring them down. First load we'll put the pigtails, second load we'll bring meal, and then third load to finish up. We'll get loaded up. We get 20-ish in. We get 20-ish in, I'd say.
Look at this.
Fuck. No. Come on. Come on. I didn't actually show you. These are the caliber of calves that's off the feeder. Some super calves. So they are just, look how big and how full they are. They're just, look at this. We're not even half trying to load them. There's one calf I want to show you here. 360. Come on, boy. He's probably the biggest calf we have here. And that lad weaned himself on what, 70 litres? So he's only drank 70 litres of milk, and he's literally weaned him. He was on meal from day one, and he just, well, probably that'll do, Liv, I'd say. That'll do, shut them up. Anyways, 360, he's an absolute pet, and he is a GEX calf, but he is a super calf, and literally has drank fake all milk, but has always kept himself full of meal. Full of meal. Will you hook that into the fence when you get down that far? I'll put it on the other end. I'll put them all in. Okay? No, Suckies. How'd she come? Come on. Right. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, we need to put a few more in the trailer or it's going to take a few load. 13 out. Trusts are there from last year. So, yeah, they're not in too big a panic, are they?
No.
Anyways, we keep going. Liv has to get to the shop to get boxes away, so better not take up any more of her time. Come on, come on, up you get. Come on. Shh.
Okay.
No. Eventually we got you all in. Time to drop out the last load. No suckies. Out you go. That should be 50 calves out here now. So we'll be running them in batches of 50. Come on out you. Come on, out of the trailer. Come on, out of the trailer. We'll clean out this trailer now. Come on. So, happy calves out of grass. And we have the last load we brought down. We put out some of Liffey Mills calf 18 into the tross. So they got 2 bags. We'll be feeding them probably morning and evening now till they get well used to it, and then we'll be switching them on to wean and rear, which I'll show you later. We'll go back to the shed, and the next thing after that I have to do some outside jobs, and we'll go look at the calves, the first calves that we took off the out of the shed off milk. We'll have a look at them, see how they're doing, and then we'll finish up the video with a kind of a review of the milk replacer and whatnot and how we think we've got on. But yeah, no, they're happy out now. So anyways, Liv has gone to the farm shop now to get boxes ready for postage. Anyone that wants to try some of our lovely Jersey and Frisian beef, then check out the farm shop in the description down below. Stuart Family Farm, Longford. You can order your beef there. Nationwide delivery with DPD next day delivery, delivering every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So anyways, these are the calves that's left. Now you can, Liv is gone now, so don't have a hand to get the rest of the calves of soft milk out, so I might do that later with Bro. Might film that, might not, but I'm going to open the door, let them out. I have other jobs to do. I have to feed calves that are outside and feed the cattle that's left in the yard. But you can see there's some of them bigger calves that we didn't take out, the 33s, 32s. They have another week left on milk. The same with some of the Jerseys and a few of the others, but by the end of this week we'll be down to 20 to 30 calves that are still on milk, a couple of the light ones and some of the bigger lads. But so yeah, that's it. So anyways, I'll tip down the road and we'll look at the calves that are out, the first lock of calves that we let out of the shed, because they are looking fantastically well at the minute. So they're really looking well. They have taken to grass so well. So these are the calves that we let out. It must be 3 weeks ago. They're 2 weeks here now, roughly. And this is Liffey Mills wean and rear. And there's actually quite a lot of barley with oats in it. It's a very nice, coarse ration. It's cheaper per bag and it's left a little bit less protein, so it just means that the summer meals are a little bit cheaper. But There they are. They've been out here, I think, nearly 2 weeks now on this paddock, or half of a field. So we have a wire splitting it across the middle, and they're just pushing on there nicely, just doing their thing. Now you seen there I was putting out straw. That's a bit windy. The reason for putting out straw is you can get this thing called summer scours, what some people refer to. It's where the calves go onto grass and the rumen isn't developed enough, and the grass just goes through them and they start to fail. That was something I created or started a dairy beef group or WhatsApp group, and there's one of the things on that, and some of the local dairy farmers do it as well. And it's something we're going to do this year, is keep straw on the trough. Bales here beside us, and this winter or this autumn harvest we're going to make a couple of hundred idiot bales, so that it leaves a little bit easier bringing straw out to them. But anyways, look, there's the calves. They're absolutely pushing on there, just looking fierce. Well, so they nearly have this paddock of grass set, so they're nearly ready to go on to the other half. But yeah, no, they're doing and looking fierce well. So they're fierce well. So we're just out here with the lads in the castle. Hopefully they're not going to be too noisy. They are 5 days out of the shed. They're off milk a while, but they're out of the shed 5 days, and we're just starting to change them over from calf 18 to wean and rear. We're beside the orchard, which we have apple trees blooming, cherry trees blooming, we have a couple of things blooming, and the trees are getting on fierce well. Even our little stubby ones that were very well damaged by the cattle are coming. I think there's a total of 2 out of 98 trees that haven't come. Fantastic. We've also put in raspberry canes and blueberries and tayberries and stuff going mighty, and we have strawberries there as well, but we have a job to do with them. That's just on the orchard. But anyways, these are the calves we let out, and look at, they're fantastic calves. They're doing fierce well. They are, as I said, will be maybe tomorrow when Liv has time, we'll bring them into the yard. We have a few little horns to finish up with, and some paddocks into them, and a black leg, and they're going out onto their paddock. But yeah, so that's them. I'll try and find a lesser windy spot, so if I can. But I suppose this is the end of the video, and probably maybe the main bit you want to see. So the Liffey Mills products we use: the milk replacer, the Elvor, the Adapto. So I suppose we start at the beginning and talk about the Adapto. The Adapto was the transitional milk replacer that we started off with. The big reason for that is to stop the transitional scour from going from whole milk off the dairy farms the calves come from onto powdered milk, the milk replacer. That we had problem with a scour at the very start. It kind of nearly went through all of our calves, but it was very easy cured. We're pretty sure it was a bug that come in, so we don't know whether the Adapto done its job, or maybe it did do its job and that was why it was so easy cured. It kept the calves going. We think we lost 2 in total to that scour, and we had a couple of calves that got a little bit setbacks, but they did come to very well afterward. But I think we're going to give the Adapto another try next year. It was one of them things, we had problem with scour, and that was to cure, to try and stop the scour, but it was a bug we had, so you don't really know how effective it would be on a bug, but it could have saved us a lot of calves and that, because it has stuff in it to try and prevent scours. But anyways, we moved on then to the Elvor, and it speaks for itself with the calves. The calves have never been as good. You can see them calves there just after coming off milk. You've seen it in the calves that have been off now 3 weeks. They still have the black in their coat. They're full. They're really full of themselves. They're bigger than normal. Our mortality rate this year is under 5%, which is now when we finish up, when we get last year, I think it was 9.4% was our mortality rate when we were finished. Currently it's under 5. I can't see it going to 5. I can't see it going above 5. It might get to 5, but I cannot see it going above 5. So that is a good reduction for us. Sickness rate is down. I know it's down because the calves that the shed that these calves come out of, there was a whole week's went by where we never injected anything, which is a first for us. Last year we got a great response from using the seaweed. We got our mortality rate down on the previous year and our sickness rate down. but we got it down further again this year. And I can see in calves that got sick at the start. One in particular that sticks to mind was 1609. He should have looked at him when we were in with the calves that are long time out of grass. But he was one that was really bad with scour at the start. And there was a video, it might be the second calf video I made, where he's in it with the... He's as a roar looking for meal again. But there's a video of him in it with a jacket on. He was bad. He was touch and go for a good while. But he come out of it. And he come out with right well, and he went out with the rest of the lads he come in with off milk, which is quite amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. And there's a couple of calves like that, got sick at the start, but had pulled through fantastically well. And we're putting a lot of that down to the milk replacer we're feeding. The Elvor is higher protein. It's a mixture of whey and skimmed, whereas we were usually feeding, I think it's just skimmed. It's the lesser of the two, and it was a lower. We were usually feeding 21% protein. And it was that extra feeding the calf while he was only drinking 2-3 litres a day, where he should be getting 6 or 7. Them 2 or 3 litres still had a lot more power in it than it with the other milk replacers we used. And you can see it in the calves, and we are incredibly happy with how the calves have done this year. We haven't weighed anything going out, and we won't really be able to compare weights until the calves are going in, because that's when we had the weights of last year's calves, and then we'll be able to put a real weight gain figure on them. But on a visual, the calves are just so much better. One of the things with the Elvor milk replacer, it is 25% protein. It is the higher end milk replacer. It is more expensive. And to be perfectly honest, so the big thing for us when we're rearing calves is looking at our cost effectiveness, because every animal has a cost to it. We don't look at how much it costs to rear all the calves, because that figure just, you don't want to look at that figure make you sick. But you look at the cost per calf. And yes, the high-end milk replacer has increased our cost per calf, but in a form of cost effectiveness, if the weight gain, which we are hoping, if we can get 10 to 20 kilos extra on the calves going in and follow that through to finishing, it pays for itself. Even if it doesn't do that, with the decrease in mortality rate or decrease in sickness rate, and the calves that got sick and got better to such an extent that I've never seen it happen before, it pays for itself that way, regardless of whether the calves put on any weight. So on a cost effectiveness, it does pay. And I have to say a big thank you to Liffey Mills. So we worked with Liffey Mills on, we done a deal with them. They wanted to get their product out there, and we said we'd give it a go. And to be perfectly honest, we'd have never tried the higher end product before, because we always looked at the cost of it. And I have to give a big thank you to them for coming to us and saying, come on, use our stuff, because we now know that feeding them that little bit extra, the better stuff, is cost effective. It's there. We will really know when these calves go through the system. We'll be able to put a figure on it. But just on, as I said, the mortality rate and sickness rate drop, it is cost effective. I have to say a big thank you to them for approaching us, because we'd have never used it without them coming to us to use it. They're calf 18. We've never seen the like of it before here. Calves fresh coming off trailers into the pen, and they're straight in onto the meal. We couldn't keep meal in front of any of these calves, and we still can't. They're up there roaring looking for meal because I'm out here talking away. And hopefully we'll be able to do stuff more in the future as well, for you to know that we did work with them on this, and it is something that I see quite a lot of in the agricultural, I don't really like the word, but influencer space on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. There's a lot of people out there not disclosing who they're working with, whether they were sponsored, promoted, or being paid to use products. And I always have a bit of a gripe. I try to be as honest as I can and let you know if someone is working with me on something. I'll do my best to let you know, because you can get yourself in trouble if you don't. But there's a bit of decency and a bit of honesty in it too. I'm trying to give you an honest review on the powder and the products we've used with Liffey Mills. This was the one downside to the milk replacer that we found. It's very dusty. That's probably the only downside. It is incredibly dusty. When you pour in a bag of milk replacer, it goes poof, and there's a bit of a cloud of dust. That's the only downside I'd put to the milk replacer. Big thank you to Liffey Mills, as I said before, for working with us on the calves. Our calves have never looked as well, and we're definitely going to be using it again next year. because their calves have just never looked so well, and I'm really excited to see how they do on grass and what kind of weight gains we see coming in and putting these lads through the end game, because we've never done as good a job on calves, and we're just really excited for the future and see how they go on. But anyways, that is it. That is the review of the Liffey Mills products. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you enjoyed today's video. That is really it from me. If you want to find out more about Liffey Mills or their products, or get in touch with any of their stores, there'll be links and stuff in the description down below. And I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That is it from me. Good luck.